a story that may raise a few eyebrows. A cannabis chef wants to open a new restaurant in our area.
That's right. And KIMT News 3's Dee Dee Stephens, she's been looking into this and she joins us live in studio this morning. What's all this about?
Yeah, well, if you're like me, you're probably wondering, well, now how is this legal to open a restaurant where dishes made with cannabis are served? I sat down with the chef to find out about what could be a new dining experience in the Med City. As a cannabis chef, Peyton Curry knows it can be intimidating when he comes into a state like Minnesota where recreational use of marijuana is illegal.
They look at me and I look like Weed Jesus, you know?
This Rochester native is an award-winning chef who studied at the Culinary Institute of America. He now lives in Arizona, where he's at the center of the cannabis dining arena.
Now, I've been cooking for 25 years of my life. I see the ability of this plant to positively influence the human experience through time. And what I mean by that is we're making something that allows people to feel better.
At his restaurants in Arizona, California, and Nevada, Curry prepares food with THC, which is the mind-altering compound of the cannabis plant that produces a high. It's not legal in Minnesota or Iowa without a prescription. His vision for the restaurant he wants to open in Rochester would use cannabidiol, or CBD, as an ingredient. That's the non-psychoactive part of the hemp plant that is legal.
It is the odules of beer.
Just this week, Curry met with city leaders about this progressive restaurant concept.
They want to know, well, how do you know there isn't THC in it? And I told them yesterday, I spent 20 years of my life making sure that I was doing this right.
So why CBD? Many credit it for helping to treat things like anxiety, insomnia, and pain. Despite its purported therapeutic effects, there's too little scientific evidence at this point to back up those claims.
Anything that doesn't change the human experience or bring psychosis, I feel is a vitamin or a supplement. Something that doesn't get you high or drunk or doesn't alter your day, I think should be utilized as a vitamin. So for me as a cook, I go out there and try to educate.
So I wanted to find out if people in the community would be interested in dining at a CBD restaurant. A retired Olmsted Medical Center surgeon I spoke to says he thinks it's about time a restaurant like this opened in Rochester and that he'd be a customer for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I've done it in Colorado and it's wonderful. I think there are going to be some people that are worried about it, unrightfully so, but that's just the way Americans are. And Rochester is a fairly conservative community. So it might take a little longer to catch on here than it would other places. But I think in general, the people I've talked to, at least in the medical community, are pretty open to it.
Well, he's right about people being worried. I did speak to others off camera who aren't as open to this idea, citing concerns about how safe it would be. Now, Curry is still looking into possible locations and meeting with planning and zoning and the city attorney. One possible spot would be steps away from the Mayo Clinic in the Peace Plaza. Of course, this is a story we're definitely going to be following.
Yeah, and interesting to see the research as you broke that down and explained it as well.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dee Dee. Now, Curry says one of the purposes behind the facility he's looking to open would be for education. Besides the restaurant, he hopes to offer classes to teach people how to cook and make products with the hemp plant.
And parts of